Hello and welcome to Peakton Middle School. I am Narwhal and this is Kyle.
Yes, we are in a swamp right now. And the swamp is both of our asses.
Yeah, I'm actually I'm freeballing it right now.
That'll make it swampier.
That's what I'm saying. I'm kind of nervous. So if at some point I stand up, just know that if you see water like on my shorts, it's coming straight from my ass crack.
Oh.
As opposed to, well, is it worse if it seeps through your boxers and then into your pants? Is that more embarrassing or less embarrassing?
I think it's embarrassing either way, because as long as it's on your pants and someone sees it, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, but like the boxers kind of provide another layer of defense. So now I'm thinking maybe this was a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You might stand up and it might be like actually dripping down your leg because there's nothing to
sometimes
soak it up.
Mid-episode, I can feel the droplets on my back and I can feel them go into my ass. Like as we're mid-conversation.
Like drops into your crack and you're like, ooh.
Yeah. Not that it's not like a ooh in a good way.
It's like a ooh.
It's like a but yesterday, okay, I went to the gym, which terrible idea, way too hot to go to the gym.
Yeah, same.
But then I got home, I took a cold shower. At the second I step out the shower, I'm drenched in sweat again.
Yep.
But then all I did was I walked from my house down to the lake, which is like maybe 90 seconds. I talked to my family for a few minutes and then I walked back up. When I got back up, my boxers, quite literally, I could squeeze water out of them.
Uh-huh.
There was that much sweat in like 6 minutes.
Yeah, so we broke a bunch of records in a lot of different cities in Seattle, or in Washington. Seattle, I think it was 108 degrees or something. And our city's not built, our people and our city is not built for that much heat because it's like a humid heat. It feels like Florida right now. And our highways were breaking because our concrete can't handle the heat.
And the city is so insanely overpopulated because there's so many businesses here that when the traffic is already horrible, one of the main freeways is called I-5, and it cracked on I-5.
Cracked on I-90 too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I sent today. Yeah.
It cracked in like a bunch of different places on I-5 and I-90.
So then they have to shut down the traffic, which is already horrible.
Yep. Just making it worse and more people road raging in the heat. I can't imagine being a person that has to fix the road. Because like being on a road, it's like hotter.
Hot as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't have AC in my car. It's broken. So.
Oh, yeah. You're just riding with the windows down
yeah,
on the freeway?
Yes. It's horrible.
Windows down on the
Yes.
Dude, I hate windows down on the freeway.
Me too, but I do it every single day because it's too hot.
It's weird how the window is down. It's like a nice thing that a car offers that. But why is it that as soon as like the wind gets too loud, it becomes really annoying?
I've learned the key is to roll down your back windows also, and it doesn't smack you as much.
Oh.
The wind doesn't smack you as much. It like filters through better or something. I don't know. But yeah, no. I actually am kind of becoming a fan of having windows down and like no AC on. It's
really?
just, well, not when it's 108 degrees. If it's like over 80, then I'll roll them up and turn the AC on if I could. But I can't. So I don't. And I just sweat in my car. And yeah, and my apartment has no AC, so I'm just in my apartment, hot as fuck, into my car, and then here.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, if you're from like Arizona or Texas or California, you might think we're being pussy little bitches, but you need to understand we're just not built for this. We're a different type of person.
And they have AC, we don't.
Well, yeah, that too. I mean, have we mentioned it before? How AC is just like not a thing here?
Yeah, no, people just don't have it here. Luckily, my mom has like a little one in her house that we all huddled under for like 2 days.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. And also, the city is not designed for this. That's why
our freeway's breaking.
Yeah. And I also saw a really crazy video of a lady, like she's from Seattle and it went viral on TikTok, and she was filming the outside of her apartment building. And the whole outside of it was like crumbling apart from the direct sunlight and the insane heat. Plus, it's pretty humid here. That like, I don't know I mean, obviously that's not supposed to happen. So obviously whoever built it, or I don't know how it, but my point is that these buildings and everything is not designed, and our bodies are not built like this. And so when it's 80 to us, That feels like
100.
really hot.
Yeah. Honestly, like I've been in 100 degrees in Las Vegas or Palm Springs, and 85 is worse here.
You'd rather be in 100 in Palm Springs than 85 here.
90.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Because it's just on you. It is on me right now. I just feel like I'm getting like pushed by just heat and steam and just wet things. And it's just all building up on my body. It's fucking gross.
No, it does suck. And it makes my rage gene is like always activated these next 3 months, which definitely is not good, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah. I've always been a big fan of summer, but this is too much.
Oh, I also wanted to say, I read it to you and Shim and Willig in the car, but I didn't actually read it on the episode. But I saw a tweet, and I wanted to get your take on it. It said, you don't actually like summer. You've been conditioned by the school system to believe you like summer because you associate that with a break from school.
Yeah, no, I do like summer. This that we've had the past few days I've hated, but I do like summer generally better than any other season.
And you don't think that's because
I bet
your brain associates that with no school?
I think that's part of it, but I do prefer warmer weather and like being on the beach because I can wear shorts and not be cold and like a t-shirt. That's my ideal outfit.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But you could wear shorts and not be cold when it's like 67, 64.
Yeah, but then I can't go jump in the lake or anything like that. You know?
True.
I don't know. I like being by the water and like a nice day outside. It's my favorite.
You know what would be really cool? And I honestly bet that this will one day. No, this probably won't be a thing. But if they could artificially or have a device that heats up lakes.
That will not be a thing.
But in winter.
That's so
But then
stupid.
when I thought about that, I thought it'd probably fuck up the ecosystem of the
yeah.
lake and it would kill all the fish.
Yeah, I mean, you could just get a hot tub.
Or they make
Or a
man-made
pool.
lakes already. So they could do that with a man-made lake if there's no fish in it.
Yeah.
Does a man-made lake, do they need to implement fish into it? Or can there just be a lake where it's just only water?
I don't think it would be a very healthy. I think at that point, then it just becomes like a storage pond where there's just a bunch of shit.
Well, but you can make a lake and just not put shit in it.
Yeah, but shit will eventually go in there. I mean, think about like I don't know. I'm not a fucking biologist, but I feel like you need fish and general things in your ecosystem for it to be a normal lake. Otherwise, it might just turn into a cesspool. Because it's all of us jumping in and there's nothing to like filter it through.
So does the fish filter our like piss and shit and stuff?
I don't know what I'm talking about, man. I really don't know what I'm talking about.
No,
But
you
that
do.
sounded right.
Yeah, no, it sounds right.
Like there's for sure some filtration.
Yeah.
I don't know who's filtering what, but it's something.
I can feel it in my belly button.
That's weird.
Sweat just
In your belly button?
it just like fell in.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take
you
this
sweat a
mask
lot more
off.
than I do. Did you just shower before this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible idea.
I know. I heard you blow drying your hair, and I was like, he's just gonna sweat more. So
Dude, it's like hard for me to focus.
I know.
Like I can't focus.
Yeah.
I'm like normally like we keep the conversation going and flowing and then you say one thing but now it's like you say something, I have an idea and then I feel the sweat in my ass and it trumps everything.
Yeah, ass sweat will stop any kind of thought.
Okay, but I do have something that I do want to mention.
Okay.
I'm starting this new challenge thing. Not really a challenge, more of like a voluntary experiment where
Okay.
I was listening to this podcast with this guy who specializes in like longevity and his goal is like anti-aging and he's
Okay.
like a neuroscientist or
Question,
some
was
shit.
this a Joe Rogan podcast?
It was.
Okay.
The thing is I listen to every episode Joe Rogan posts.
Yeah.
But I also listen to a bunch of other shit too. But anyways, he was saying, this professional, I'll look up his name in a second, but he was saying that like we've basically been tricked by the food system in the U.S. to think that like one, breakfast is the most important meal of the day and that you eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Fuck breakfast.
Basically, he said so much of what we've been taught is horrible for us and wrong and not accurate. And he said that one meal a day is the way to go. One fat meal
So
for
like
the whole day is
3,000
better for our
calories?
bodies. Yeah, he said like a thick meal.
like what time?
I mean, not breakfast. He said our bodies function way better if we don't eat breakfast. And he said it's
That's
all
interesting.
based on our like evolution because the early humans,
I don't think
we
they were
didn't
eating
have food all the time. And
Yeah.
now when you just shove food in your body, like if you're always digesting shit, your body doesn't get any chance to rest. Which I also learned it's horrible to eat before bed.
I always
because
do that.
I always eat. Sometimes I even eat like in bed.
Oh, yeah.
But that's also horrible because then your body's, rather than like getting into deep REM sleep, your body can't do that because it's trying to digest the shit that you ate it. And that's why if you eat before bed, you wake up, well, at least for me, you wake up and you're sweating. And I always, if I eat before bed, I'll wake up at like 3 a.m. and I'll be drenched in sweat. It's because your body's digesting shit.
I
It's
just
not
feel
supposed to
nauseous.
be. And I just learned that basically everything with food I'm probably doing wrong. But
so like he I just don't understand this big of a meal, like one huge ass meal.
Yeah, he said it's. I mean, he said everyone's different, so do what works for you. His main point was we shouldn't be eating all throughout the day.
Okay.
That like,
I like that because I'm a big one huge meal person.
yeah, and I mean, I think it's really tough because, you know, he wasn't referring to like athletes or athletic performance. He's referring to strictly like longevity and like overall how long will you live.
Yeah.
And so it's tough because like if you want to put on muscle or like if you're trying to bulk or something, you probably just can't do that. You can't just eat one meal a day and be good.
So I wonder, is that technically unhealthy for you, like bulking or trying to gain muscle?
Oh, I think
weight?
bulking is I
Yeah,
think anyone would
bulking,
tell you
yeah.
bulking is just not like you're just not meant to.
Yeah,
our bodies
you're shoving your face with food.
It's literally the opposite. Like we over time like we got more access to food,
Yeah.
but we've never been meant to just always have food.
I mean, the fact that we have every 4th of July a competition to see who can slide the most fucking hot dogs down their throat. And it's a guy that gets like 70 in 15 minutes.
Dude,
He's dunking it in water and just like, dude.
imagine an early human got to watch the 2021 hot dog eating contest.
Yep.
They would be so confused.
Yeah. Well, they'd first of all be like, what are they eating? It's just this processed meat. Don't worry about it.
Well,
we put it in like a little meat skin sock and then we fried it up on the grill with this bun that's not anything real. It's like a little bit of maybe wheat and then a bunch of other chemicals that we put together. And then we're going to dunk it all in water and just slide it down our fat throats. That's America.
and then potentially puke it up afterwards, but
Yeah.
it doesn't matter because you got the fame and the social affirmation that you're cool because you can do these crazy things.
Yeah. I don't know, man. What a weird
I also
society.
learned there's just like I've learned so much that like half the things I do in my life are just like wrong. And it really sucks. It sucks when you've done something for a long time, whether it's like you think it's true or you maybe don't even think it, but like your brain convinces you that it's right or whatever. But then as soon as you're like you learn truth about something that contradicts what you either believe in or what you've been working towards, that's a really tough pill to swallow for a lot of people. And that's why like right now I don't know what I am religiously. I believe in something, but that was tough when I like finally admitted to myself I don't know if I believe some of these things that Christianity preaches, but I've spent my whole life saying I'm a Christian. Like it's scary because it's your whole paradigm and the way you view everything is tied to that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's good that you can actually acknowledge that because there's a lot of people, and I mean myself included, everybody has issues letting go of beliefs that they've had. Where, I mean, I'm sure I've had beliefs. I can't think of anything specifically off the top of my head, but just where I've thought everything was a certain way, and then you realize, well, it's actually not that way, and you have to now be on the other side of that.
And it takes a lot of effort to like be willing to go through that. And I think that's why a lot of people just don't, and they just live in these conspiracy theory filled worlds, or not just conspiracy theories, but just like they're just not true.
Stubborn.
Yeah, they're just stubborn.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Do you think we're the most stubborn country?
Probably. I
I
mean,
mean, yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
I can't think of I can't think of anyone
Yeah.
else who's more stubborn. Yeah,
I think stubbornness is a really horrible trait.
completely agree. That's one of my least favorite traits.
I think it's like the most frustrating, but it's also one of the most like detrimental. Because if you're stubborn, and I'm very stubborn, and like I hate it about myself, and I try to like be aware of when I'm being stubborn, but I'm really stubborn, and it sucks because when you're stubborn, sometimes you even know that you're being stubborn, but you're so stubborn that you won't.
You won't admit that you're being stubborn.
Yeah, or you won't. Yeah, you know to yourself, like I know I'm being a bitch right now, but I'm not going to, because as soon as I change, I give them the power.
Yeah,
because then they were right.
yeah, and that's also
and it's so stupid.
And then the person on the other side, as much as you want to just be like, yeah, that's right. I finally proved you wrong. I was right. Now suck it. You're on my side. That's also super annoying, and people don't want to hear that. So if someone's being stubborn and then you get them to flip over, just don't be a dick about it. Just be hey, just be cool.
Yeah, or be like happy for them. Like, be like, oh, like that's cool that you're, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say, we got in the stubborn tangent, but I also learned that bread is not supposed to be good for more than like a half a day. That like normal bread, real like authentic homemade bread will mold in like a day, and then you have to throw it away. So basically they were like, yeah, any bread that you eat that like lasts in like your house for like a week, and some bread even lasts 2 weeks. Like
Wonder Bread.
That is just all fake shit that's making it last, which is kind of scary.
What about in your fridge? Because I'm a fridge in the bread.
Oh, you're
bread in the fridge guy.
You're a bread fridge guy?
I'm a bread fridge guy. Because
I've never tried that in my life.
You've never put bread in your fridge?
Ever? No.
It makes it last a lot longer. You can keep bread in your fridge for months. You can freeze bread. Have you ever frozen bread?
I've frozen bread, but that's just if I don't think I'm going to get to it and I don't want it to go bad.
I don't know, you can just do it in your fridge. And I mean, because like how often are you eating like just a piece of bread?
Every morning.
You don't like put in the toaster?
Oh, no, I'll toast it.
Yeah, so you toast it, and it's like, it's not cold because it was in the fridge,
Oh, yeah. I rarely ever eat just like room temp bread.
So just throw that bitch in the fridge, and then it doesn't mold.
Yeah. But it still has the same preservatives.
No, I mean, yeah, it doesn't really change it, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucked, though, that like most of our food is just not really real.
I know. And it's crazy that like if we go to the store, unless you're going to like PCC or some really authentic place, or if you're buying from some online company that like specializes in authentic like game meat that was hunted and like not factory farm, like the vegetables a lot of times have a shit ton of pesticides, and sometimes some of the vegetables are horrible for the environment because they got to kill a bunch of animals to plant them, and then there's all this fucking, what's it called? Pesticides?
Yeah.
Did I already say that?
Yeah.
Wait, is pesticides the stuff that like prevents bugs from eating?
Yeah, it prevents pests.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but then there's all that shit, and then that kills a bunch of animals, and then if you want to go the meat route, if you're like, all right, I don't like veggies, then
this bitch is loaded with like steroids. And just it's been treated like shit.
I learned that the chickens that like fast food chicken and stuff, like the lowest quality of chickens, I knew that like they live in a basically like no free space. They're just in this cramped bin. But the most fucked part that I learned is that they force feed them. They put tubes down the chickens' throats and just shove like whatever, I don't know, the stuff they put in them to fatten them up.
Yeah.
But the chickens don't eat. They like are fed with a tube. They just shove it down and then pump all the shit in and then pull it out.
It sucks because it sucks because like I want to eat chicken, but I pretty much know that the chickens that I'm eating are just being completely mistreated. And they're not even like really real chickens anymore. It's just these things that have just been bred over and over and over with fucking tubes in their throats. Also, like, who are these people that are doing this?
Rich farmers.
Yeah.
They're getting fucking banked, dude.
I get that, but like, I wouldn't do that for that much money.
Yeah.
Like, if you were a millionaire, would you do that to be a millionaire? I don't think I would.
I think I mean, it's complicated because I don't think it's like I don't think it's like one day they just snap their fingers and they're like, hey, we'll give you millions of dollars if you do these horrible practices with farm animals.
They slowly get there, I guess.
Yeah, it's probably like they're trying to grow their business and then they start as a regular farm and then pretty soon, before you know it, they're locking chickens in a dark cage all day.
It's capitalism.
And like don't know how they got there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucked, but
I also hate that they can even call them free range if they got like 6 square feet or like a square foot to roam. It's like, how is that free range?
Yeah,
they can't even take like a 2 aggressive steps. You know?
They can't even do some like sprints.
Yeah,
or like,
I got to be able to like
karaoke and warm up.
Yeah, do some cardio,
some mobility,
run laps. I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder which animal has the best mobility in terms of just overall flexibility. Like if you had to
monkeys,
like put an animal on its back and just like try and fold them up into a pretzel, which one could you do it? Yeah, monkeys are
pretty flexible, I think.
Yeah,
I don't think a cow's very flexible.
No, dude.
No,
cows do not have good hip mobility at all.
I'm trying to think of like what other flexible animals we got.
I wonder if you could like. So I know that bears can walk on their hind legs and stuff, and I mean like whatever, but like I know it's not really in their DNA, but
a cow.
No, but do you think that like, let's say you took a cow, if like a trainer, their whole life was just committed like every day I'm gonna just like treat this cow the best, feed them the best, and like do exercises with them. Do you think they could make a cow be able to do things that like a cow never normally would be able to do? If like this person worked with them in a way that like they always did what's best for the cow. They never tried to they'd rehab them if they got hurt, but they always tried to keep them healthy and happy. But here and there, or like a couple hours a day, they throw in some like weird mobility or some weird drills. Do you think you could get the cow to a point where he can like hop on one leg and the other 3 are like, and he's like upright?
Yeah.
Or could you get him to do like a jump rope?
I mean, we do it with dogs.
That's what I'm saying.
I've seen the video of a cow that like was kind of playing defense with this guy that was playing basketball.
Really?
Yeah, it was kind of cute. It was like a huge dog. It was just this cow that was like with his
Was
bell.
he moving?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, he wasn't like playing defense, but he was just kind of like running around with him with the basketball.
Yeah, and think about that. He probably didn't even spend that much time. The cow probably just kind of figured it out.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I'm saying if you took a baby cow and from birth you tried to turn this into like
a
peak
dog
cow.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if anyone's tried it. I don't know why someone would try it, but
yeah,
you could try it. I don't know. I'm kind of afraid of cows because
You're afraid of horses and cows?
Yeah.
Maybe you just don't like big farm animals.
No, I don't like big animals really.
At all? What about tigers?
Well, I think they're cool. I just wouldn't want to like be up next to a tiger, you know?
Okay.
I don't know. I think maybe that's because, bigger animals, just being next to them, just knowing that they could kill me if they wanted to. That's kind of scary.
But you think bears are cute?
Yeah, they are, but they're scary. I don't want to see a bear.
Does your dislike of
I don't know. Horses, I don't know why I hate horses.
horses you hate more
though.
than the other one?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Fuck horses.
Do you
They're just
think
like
you'd ever-
mean. I don't just like.
They're not mean.
I kind of feel bad for
What
them.
horse? What horses have you met? Maybe your
Dude,
mom took you to like
none.
a petting zoo.
No,
when
I've
you were,
never
like-
even had a bad horse experience. It's just one of those things that I just know can happen, and I don't want to be the guy that's gonna get a hoof in the face.
I feel secondhand disrespect for these horses because in preschool, my preschool photo was on a pony, and ponies are in the same family as horses, and that pony was very nice to me, and I have a nice photo, and he looks like a cool guy.
You know
and
what?
now I'm thinking about all the other horses and ponies out there that will just get discriminated against by you.
You know what? That poor pony you were sitting on was probably just like had the worst life, and it brought it to this little farm every single day just for little snotty kids like you to ride them.
Which is why they need people like you to care about them more and to want to help them. But no.
But what have you done to help and care? No, nothing.
I've petted one.
So I fed one an apple
You fed a horse an apple?
in Sweden. I think I said this.
Was it cool? Or did you hate it? Were you like, oh, gross.
I did it, and it like licked my hand. I was like, that was weird.
Yeah. I touched a yak's. Oh, I told you. Never mind. Not cool.
Yak's what?
Tongue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But do you think you'd ever
Buy a horse? No.
No. Do you see yourself ever having like a garden that you actively maintain and then eat from? And what about like a chicken coop?
Seems like a lot of work.
So is that a yay or nay?
I could be down for a garden.
But no chicken coop?
If my spouse would like a chicken coop, I would be not opposed to it. I just like wouldn't want to be like the main guy with a chicken. Like
I don't like you don't want to be responsible.
Yeah, I don't want it to be like, oh, I have to just deal with my garden and my chickens and my goats and all that shit. I don't want to be a farmer. That's what I'm saying.
But what if like
I
what
wouldn't
if your future spouse was like super into like
I'd be cool
organic shit and she's like, let's make a garden, let's get our own chickens, honey.
I'd be down for some fresh eggs.
Okay.
Sure. I hate eggs, but I'm sure those will be better than the ones at the store. They probably are just steroids in a little egg carton.
That would be kind of fun to do a taste test between like store-bought of anything, like store-bought eggs or meat or whatever, and then you try like a authentic version that was freshly like a real egg or like a freshly killed like cow or beef or whatever.
Yeah.
Probably tastes way better.
Yeah. I don't know. I really want to try just like venison, like real venison.
Deer?
Yeah. I don't know. Just like an actual like wild deer. I've never tried any sort of wild animal like that before.
Yeah. I want to try elk.
Yeah.
Just because I heard that the protein ratio in elk is like double that of chicken.
But is that bad for you now, according to this new man?
What, elk?
The new man on the block? Too much protein?
Nah.
I bet there's something with maybe too much protein.
I mean, yeah, dude, but like how much protein
I don't know.
are you eating?
The whole elk.
Dude,
How long does that take?
It's like a year. I think like one elk can last like a year.
It's pretty
or
sustainable.
More than a year, maybe. I don't know.
Very sustainable.
If you can't tell, my inspiration from Joe Rogan, it really comes out. It's bad.
Sometimes I'll listen to the occasional episode and I hear a bunch of facts that you have already told me. And I'm like, this is where he gets things from.
Yeah, bro.
He doesn't do research. He just listens to this podcast.
But like at the end of the day, it's like he's like the same way you're like a huge fan of baseball or like
you can be a fan of Joe Rogan.
I know. It's just like I'm going to continue doing this. It's just funny because it's like there was a time when Ninja was really cool and popular. I mean, he's still popular, but it was cool to be a fan of Ninja when Fortnite was at its peak.
Yeah, like when Drake was in there.
Yeah, and then if you reference Ninja, someone else hears it, they're like, oh my God, like I know Ninja, and then you guys bond over that. But then with every person like that, there comes a point where the public perception changes, and now it's time to like he's not cool anymore. He's annoying now. So now if I say I like Ninja, like, oh, you fucking geek. Like a bunch of 11-year-olds like Ninja.
Yeah, like, what are you, 12?
And the same thing happened with DaBaby. DaBaby.
But that's also because he just has the same kind of songs over and over.
I mean, sure, fair enough. But it's like, it was cool. He was really cool. And then he went to like, oh, like DaBaby's like same shit all the time.
Macklemore was like that too. It was super dope when Thrift Shop came out.
Yeah, Macklemore was cool. And now he's like really corny white rapper dad who like is just cringe. And I don't know. There's like infinite examples of stuff like that. But at the end of and Joe Rogan has definitely reached that point where he was like, I remember like 2018, I was listening to him and someone told me about him and I got into his podcast and stuff. It's like, oh, this is cool. And I'd heard people talk about it and say, oh, yo, there's this really big podcast you should check out with a bunch of cool guests. But then I'd say like 2020 or right around pandemic, it became like, oh, Joe Rogan's this huge podcast. But the perception was, which I don't believe, the perception was like, he doesn't like trans people. He's a like meathead who just like kills animals and like fucking shit like that. And then there was like, I don't know, like he's done stuff to obviously change the perception. But my point is that like as someone who does podcasts and wants to be a podcaster, that's kind of like the LeBron James of podcasts. So obviously I'm going to want, for me, I enjoy those podcasts. So I'm going to talk about them.
Yeah. And I don't know. People get mad at him for a lot of things. And it seems a lot of it's just like, you're not going to have the same opinions as everybody else. Like this one person's not going to have the perfect opinion. of everything.
Yeah.
Like there's things
He's not fucking Jesus Christ.
I know people act like it's like, I can't believe he said this. It's like, well, I mean, I don't know. People say different things. Like people believe different things. It's okay.
I know, and I get that, like, when you have a big platform, there is some level of responsibility that comes along with that. But at the same time, I feel like he is responsible with that in the sense that, like, he's just being himself. And if he says something, it's because he thinks it. But he also will change his opinion. And I don't know. And it also does become dangerous. I think there's times when people become fans of someone so hard to where they treat what they say as like fact or as like their own opinion. A lot of people don't have opinions.
Yeah, it's just whatever he says is their opinion or whatever
whatever,
one person says.
Or like a group of these people they idolize.
I can think of situations like that in our country.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes both ways, though. Like, there's people that fucking suck Joe Biden's dick all the time. It's like, oh, my God, fucking Joe. Look all this cool shit he's doing.
Yeah.
He's still trash, too. And same with Donald Trump and same with Obama and everyone before. Like, I don't know. There's no perfect person.
Yeah. And I just think it's scary when you wrap up your own identity or opinions based on the opinions of all the people that you consume your life. Like, obviously, I've said it before, but part of the way I talk is definitely influenced by Joe Rogan, Joe Santagato, like Cody Ko and Noel at times, and then this guy Duncan Trussell. Those 5 guys like shape the way that I communicate with people.
And me, right?
Yeah, no, and your friends.
Yeah.
But it's weird when there's times where I've sat back and been like, is what I just said, do I even believe that? Or is this an opinion that is someone else's and I respect them, so then when they say it, I start to believe it? Because that's really weird because it's not even your opinion.
Well, that's a good thing that you can at least recognize that you're not sure whether or not that is your opinion, because people don't. Some people don't. They just completely do everything that Joe Rogan says.
Yeah.
It's like, it's weird.
It is weird. And then, it's just, I don't know, putting people on a pedestal in general is just so weird. And especially with music artists. I feel like people think that, I don't know, like fucking, I'm trying to think of just who like people freak out over. Who's like the hottest shit right now?
I don't listen to hot music.
Olivia Rodrigo is the new,
I didn't even know who that was until like the other day. Who is that?
Yeah, bro, you're going to really have to, like,
I don't know who that is.
You got to at least listen, because otherwise in a few years, if you still don't know Olivia Rodrigo,
that's what I'm saying.
They're going to be like, dude, you're a fucking old head. I genuinely think she's the new like Ariana Grande.
Okay.
Like she's the next big singer-songwriter who's like really talented, and I don't know.
You haven't
She's
heard,
good.
you haven't heard me.
She has some bangers, dude.
All right.
But
I'm not hating on Olivia. All I'm saying is I don't know you and you don't know me, so we're on the same page.
She might know you.
Oh, that would be weird.
Olivia? Why does that be weird? What if she listened to PIMS?
That would be sweet. That would be a huge in, and I probably just blew it.
Dude, you know what? Well,
yeah, I did just blow it.
I mean, she probably still would listen to PIMS.
What?
If she was a fan of PIMS already and then you say that, I don't think that's going to make her stop listening to PIMS.
Yeah, I wasn't talking shit. I just said I didn't know who you are.
So how'd you blow it?
I don't know.
Sometimes I think about, it's so weird how famous people in their heads, I don't think they feel, some of them know they're famous and they embrace that. But I think there's other famous people that are just dudes that happen to be famous. Like I watched an interview with the guy who was in Lord of the Rings. Fucking
the
main Frodo.
Yeah. Elijah Wood.
Yeah, Elijah Wood. Woods or Wood?
I don't know.
Elijah Wood? I don't know. But in an interview, they asked him like what he likes to do on like a weekend or something. He's like, I like to sit inside and like I usually make frozen pizza. I like to play board games.
Yeah. He's
like, I don't know, I just really like frozen pizza. And then I don't know, it just makes you realize like these dudes just do normal things. But I always wonder, someone super famous, what podcast do you think they listen to? Or like, because there could be,
I don't even know if they have time for that.
Yeah, but is fame associated with like free time?
I mean, you think Kim Kardashian's just like plugging into podcast?
She could. She has.
What would she listen to?
I don't know. That's what I wonder. Do you think a famous person's ever listened to our podcast?
No.
Why?
I think if you're famous, usually you're tapped into your other famous people. There's different types of people. There's famous people that want to be in that famous community, and there's famous people that want to be regular people. So if you're a famous person that's a regular person, like there's some famous people that come on like random podcasts.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I know. Shout out to there's this guy named Picky Boys, or they have a Picky Boys podcast, so check it out. They're cool. It's about the same size as our show. But they get like a bunch of different comedians on their show that are like respected. Like Mark Norman was on there. They just had another guy who I think blew up from TikTok. And I'm just like, it's cool that there are people out there that are willing, I mean, I don't think that many big famous people live in Seattle, so it's a little bit harder, but people are willing to like give smaller people a shot more often than you would think.
Yeah, I'd hop on a podcast. Not that I'm famous or anyone wants me on their podcast, but
if you had 1 million followers and someone DM'd you and said, "Hey man, like I'm sure you're really busy. We're a podcast from Seattle. We'd love to have you out, but like we'll work around your schedule." Do you think you'd do it?
Yeah, I could be down.
If you checked out their show.
Yeah, I'd want to check it out and make sure I could like at least talk about something that they're talking about.
Yeah.
Or that they're like not super, I don't know, weird.
Yeah.
I don't want to just like be at some stranger's garage like this.
Yeah.
Imagine a famous person walking in here and being like, "What is this?"
I think they'd like it.
Yeah.
As long as it's not in the summer, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What if we like booked someone, but the only time we could get, they would hate us. If they came, if we booked them for today, it would be miserable.
Chance. I think they would leave.
They'd want to leave.
Yeah. I want to leave, dude. I'm fucking drenched.
Wow, you want to leave? So you're saying you're not committed to the podcast game, Kyle? All these listeners, they want another 30 minutes of Kyle, and you're not going to give it to them?
No.
Because of your selfish sweat glands?
Kyle's not on demand, all right? Kyle is when Kyle wants to be Kyle.
Kyle's pay-per-view.
Kyle is pay-per-view, but not really. Kyle's feet are pay-per-view on patreon.com/PIMS podcast if that's something you're into.
Where you can also get a bunch of extra content, including Patreon pre-shows, deleted scenes and bloopers videos, behind-the-scenes vlog videos. Go check it out.
Yeah. So on Sunday, which was probably easily over 100 degrees, I had to help my sister move apartments. And that was one of the worst experiences. Like, dude, moving in that heat is so shitty.
Moving in
general is really shitty. And, dude, like, luckily she didn't have a lot of stuff. I felt really bad for her roommate because she had most of, like, the furniture. And they were, like, moving to separate places. Oh, dude, I don't know. I don't know how people do it. Movers, how do they work in the summer every day doing this?
Well, you also literally did it on the hottest day of a heat wave.
I know.
So
but still,
it's a bit extreme, but it still sucks. Well, the other day when you gave me your quiz, one of your questions was, "What is something that I will never do?" Mm-hmm. Or what was it exactly? Mm-hmm. I think it was like that. And before you read the answers, I almost blurted out helping someone move. Because I remember you've told me on the show in great detail, like how much you hate moving because someone always gets hurt or like something goes wrong.
Something always goes wrong. Everyone's going to get mad at each other. Everyone's hungry and thirsty and tired. And you're going to start sneezing a lot because there's dust.
Really?
My allergies were horrible. That was also like a cherry on top. And if I had to wear it, luckily the mask mandate's kind of like not really around in Seattle anymore. If I had to wear a mask during that, I might have died.
So were you responsible for all the shittiest stuff?
Yeah, basically.
And were you drenched right away?
Yes, I was. It sucked. And neither place had AC. They were really hot. My sister opened the fridge, and it was off for some reason. She opened the fridge, and it smelled like vodka, and it was disgusting.
Why? Why does it smell like vodka?
I don't know. Maybe someone poured vodka in there. But it smelled like just like you open you sniff a vodka bottle.
That's
like
cool.
Warm vodka. It was disgusting.
People just sip on vodka.
That's gross.
That's a Russian thing, right? Just to drink vodka.
I think that's just their water.
Also, is a martini just vodka, or is it vodka and like soda water? Or
I don't drink martinis. That's like it's a woman in heels drink at a very nice bar for $25.
Or it's like a secret speakeasy, but like rich people go there.
Yeah.
And it has one of those gross green olives in it.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like olives, but like, why is that in a drink? It's fucking gross. Is it salty? Get some salt in that drink.
What do you think when we like talk about foods that go together and certain things just our whole life, they like, olives and martinis.
I wouldn't say that.
Fucking
pickles and apples, you know, carrots and mushrooms. I was just throwing random things out.
No, but like apples and peanut butter.
Yeah, I don't like
That's
that.
a thing, right?
Yeah, it's all right.
But I wonder, do you think those things go well together because biologically, like we're ingrained, like our taste buds quite literally, like those do complement each other? Or do you think it's that some person back in the day started doing it for whatever reason and then they just got more and more people to try it, and now we just kind of think they go together because that's what people have been doing for generations?
I think some things probably, yeah. But I think they kind of have food down to a science now where, I mean, we've taken culinary arts to like literally it's an art. So there's people that just are like fucking scientists of food. So they know exactly what flavors are going to work well in your mouth based off of the ergonomic tongue structure. I don't fucking know.
Ergonomic tongue structure.
I don't even know what ergonomic.
Those were 3 good words there,
I don't
Kyle.
even know tongue. I don't even know if ergonomic is something you should ever say in a sentence with tongue.
Isn't ergonomic is the way that our bodies are like I have a different ergonomic than you.
Dude.
Wait, now I want to.
I don't know.
Because I think that's the right word, but I was just so surprised.
Is ergonomy? Is that maybe that's a subject in school?
Ergonomic. Relating to or designed for efficiency and comfort in the working environment. Ergonomic keyboard design.
So
like these are ergonomic chairs because they're like kind of designed for like comfort.
So that was totally not the right use of ergonomic.
No, but there's a word like that because I heard someone using that recently.
I mean, that's a word people use. That's just not what in the sentence I said it. There's probably someone that immediately was like, that was wrong. And they're saying it's right and it's wrong. But yes, but there's certain parts on your tongue. I don't know if you knew this, but the different areas of your tongue taste different things. So there's like a sweet part of your tongue that you taste. There's like a bitter part. There's a sour part. So I think based off of that, shit. I don't know.
Like you're saying based on that, there probably are foods that just objectively go together.
Yeah, or like different flavors bring out different flavors, like the right amount of acid, base shit. I don't know, dude. And people like wine connoisseurs.
I think they're
bullshit.
lying.
Me too.
I don't think they can tell a single difference sometimes.
Well, there was the documentary, I think it's on Netflix, of the guy that basically like took cheap wine and put it in really expensive bottles and sold it, and all these wine connoisseurs were like, "Oh my god, this is a beautiful oaky aftertaste."
Yeah, he mixed a ton of different types of wines and then just bamboozled people sold them for a bunch of money, and now he's in jail.
But why?
Because I mean, he was
like
lying.
He stole their wine,
and he was literally like deceptive marketing and shit. Like I think he was.
But like, I mean, okay, I don't know the full story, so I'm sure there may have been some illegal stuff. But I'm just saying, if I were to just make some shitty wine and sell it for a lot, that's not my fault.
Yeah, but he didn't make it though. He was like buying wine and then just like mixing them together.
But theoretically, I could make some shitty ass wine and sell it for like $100 a bottle.
Yeah.
And if I can just get like some good branding on it or something, then that's great.
Yeah. I know what's crazy about having a following. If you had like 4 million followers, I'm sure they get so many. That's why like you always see people where it's like, "Oh, try out my new tequila."
Yeah.
And they're like, everyone has their own tequila now. But
I know. Stupid.
But if you have that many followers, you have like this power to just launch or promote anything, even if it's shit, and you'll still probably make a return on your investment. Now, obviously, a better product is going to, in the long run, is going to like be sustainable. But The Rock could promote the shittiest thing ever and make money off it, at least in the short term.
He has a tequila.
Yeah, but like it's probably actually good.
That's what you think. That's how he got you. You think it's good because it's The Rock.
And then I drink it and I try and mentally convince myself like, The Rock's tequila is pretty good.
Yeah, and honestly, if I drank tequila, I don't know if I would be able to tell if it's good or not. I don't like tequila.
I just haven't drank enough to know anything that's good or bad.
Yeah, me neither.
Except I will say that whiskey
Yeah.
back there. I don't know anything about whiskey, and I bought that one just because one of my sister's friends was like, hey, like, I'm really into whiskey. If you're gonna get one, like, I recommend that one. And I got it, and I think it's good, but I always wonder now, like, do I think it's good because I've been told that it's good?
Yeah, because
or do I actually think it's good?
Like, when you're drinking it, are you like,
No, never.
Exactly. You're just like, it's not horrible.
But I don't think there's a single alcoholic drink that I would drink and say that was enjoyable.
No, yeah. Honestly, like, when I think about it, and I drink beer, like, I don't drink a ton of beer, but when I drink beer, I've drank enough beer to be able to be like, to know different ones that I like.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, I don't really like them that much. Like, I would rather drink like a Sprite, if I had
So
to.
what is it? Is it just the experience?
I think it's the act of drinking a beer. It tastes a little better as you go on, and it's also just alcohol, which is nice. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But then anyone that's going to be like, oh my God, I just need a cold beer. I've never, ever thought that before. I've just been like, oh, there's a beer here. Sure, I'll drink it.
Yeah. Or you're like, oh, this is a social setting. People are having a few drinks. I'll have a beer.
Like, I don't think I would ever drink a beer by myself.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say that I probably will at some point, but I have never had the desire to.
Like you said, if I'm like, had a really hot day and I get home and I'm like dehydrated or thirsty, the first thing is always going to be water.
Yeah.
Or just like any other good flavored drink that I want. And I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there are people out there who truly, genuinely like love the taste of an alcoholic drink. And maybe that just comes with just over time, just
beating your tongue into submission.
Yeah. And then eventually it's like, oh, we can't taste anything anymore. So I think it's good.
God
And
damn.
you like it.
Squeezing my head right now.
What's squeezing?
My headphones.
Do you want to make them looser?
No. I'm just uncomfortable. I'm sweating. My head hurts. My neck is stiff. I don't know why.
I mean, I'm not feeling good either. Should we hop into the segments?
Sure.
It's about that time anyways.
All right, let's get into that.
Guys, today we have A&F of the week. All right. Kyle.
Yeesh.
Who aced it?
All right, so this guy named Ben Lovell, I believe is his name. He is the first amputee to climb the top 3 peaks in England.
Okay.
So he's amputated from the knee down from a blood clot, and he could only walk 20 minutes at a time before he had to rest. So reaching these peaks, he would have to basically walk a mile, rest for like 20 minutes, walk another mile, take off his leg, rest for 20 minutes, and get to the top. So it took him 7 hours for the first one, 9 hours for the second one, and 11 hours for the third one.
Wait, sorry, what did he
He
climb?
reached the 3 highest peaks in England.
Oh
they were called the Helvellyn, Scaffold, and Scaffold Pike.
He has one fake leg?
He's got one fake leg,
Oh
from
my
the
God.
knee down. So he's got his amputated leg, and yeah, it would hurt him so bad just walking up those mountains that he would have to stop every 20 minutes.
Dude, just imagine the amount of like just grit that would take to just like fucking bite your teeth and say, we're just going to keep going.
Yeah.
And it's like, not only is it like hard or like painful, but it's also just objectively harder.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because he's at like just a huge disadvantage in terms of like half his leg is not an authentic leg.
Yeah. No, it's probably a lot harder. But yeah, I mean, it's just cool. I mean, like it's cool for people that are amputees that want to be doing more things or feel like there's things that they can't do, and this dude's breaking barriers. Like, you might have to you might have to stop every 20 minutes, but you can do it.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
There's this one guy I follow on Instagram. Totally can't remember his name, but I think he's like I don't think he was born this. He might have been born this way, or he might have been like a veteran, like a war veteran. But he has no legs, and he has one arm, and then his other arm is like, I think it ends in like kind of around the elbow, but it's kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, he doesn't have a hand, but it's kind of like hooked a little bit or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he's like a fitness guy on Instagram, and he has like, I don't know, like 500,000 followers or something, but his whole story is just so inspiring because he posts videos of him at the gym lifting weights, and he's like crawling around or whatever because he doesn't have legs and he has one arm. Then he posted a video of him like running up a mountain, like on a hike, but he's doing it with his like arms. So he's going up a steep mountain that's like rocks.
She's like
and
bear
dirt.
crawling.
Kinda, but it's like, I mean, it's obviously it looks different. It's hard to explain what it looks like, but he's like kind of waddling his way up with his arms, and his lower body is like balancing.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, yeah, people are crazy. So, I mean, that's awesome. I love when people that quote unquote shouldn't be able to do things.
Yeah, and it makes you realize that, you know, if your body is fully functioning for the most part, you're capable of so much more than you think you are.
Yeah.
You know? So
Get up and move around.
my A this week is a guy named Johnny Kim, who's 36 years old. He's achieved becoming a Navy SEAL, a trained Harvard doctor, and an astronaut.
What?
By the age of 36.
The trifecta.
That is fucking crazy.
I'm a piece of shit. I feel worthless.
Kyle, we have 13 years
Okay, to get
to
there.
catch up. So we'll just go through Navy SEAL basic training and Hell Week.
That's like we could do that 6 months.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then as long as we pass Hell Week and don't die, which
Yeah,
90% of people don't make it through,
Yeah, but we would.
then we'd probably have to do time as a Navy SEAL, maybe a couple years. Then we'll just come back, and then we'll apply to Harvard.
Okay,
and
just
we'll get
right in.
accepted
Yeah.
into their medical program.
Okay, perfect.
And then we can either do the undergrad before the Navy SEAL thing, or we can do the undergrad after. Then it's going to be another 6 years after undergrad.
I could get it in
6 to
3.
8 years before we're an actual doctor. And then we are going to learn to become an astronaut and go to space.
Cool.
So-
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, first of all, like, tons of respect for a Navy SEAL. Like, that's the craziest shit.
Yeah.
So that's like, this dude's got, physically, he is a beast. And then he's a doctor, so mentally he's a beast. And he's an astronaut, so I guess also mentally he's a beast. So this guy is just a beast.
He's just an all-around beast.
All around beast, every corner of life.
When you, like, hear of stories like that, of that type of guy, or the ones where it's like, oh, a 12-year-old just graduated from college in, like, 1 year, do those ever, like, make you feel bad about your own life?
No.
Or
They actually don't, because I just know those people they're just different.
yeah.
They're just different. Like a 12-year-old that's graduating college, like I wasn't doing that when I was 12.
Yeah.
I was also like playing sports and running outside, and
And it's also like
Playing with my
I
friends.
wouldn't want to do that.
no, I don't even. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. So that's pretty dope. Shout out to you.
yeah.
All right.
You'll
Who
never
failed?
listen. Okay. F is the Tour de France lady. If you guys heard about this,
Oh, that was mine too.
or if you saw
Let's
it,
just talk about it.
yeah. So the Tour de France is, I think it's like a 21 stage bicycles racing event. I don't know. Everyone knows what it is.
Biggest bike race in the fucking
Yeah,
world.
it's in France. And this lady's on the side of the road. It's the first day, and there's like fans back, so they're on the side of the road, and there's like all these bikers or cyclists going by, and she has a sign that says, what did it say? It said,
Hi, Grandma.
it said like,
right?
"Come on, Grandma and Grandpa," in like a mixture of French and German.
Okay.
And she's just sitting there with her sign, like trying to get on camera, and she's holding her sign out, and a cyclist runs into her, and it's like a big mob of cyclists. And once one goes down, it was just like a domino effect. Like so many cyclists. It was just a big pile up, and like a couple just like squirted through.
And I'm sure a lot of you guys have probably seen the clip because I feel like everyone
was
saw
viral,
it.
yeah.
But if you haven't seen it, look it up. It's genuinely like it's not a little crash. It looks like something that you would do in a video game as a joke. Like it is a massive crash.
Yeah. And also, she fled the country, and they can't find her.
Yeah, no, she ruined her life.
Yeah.
That literally ruined her whole life because
But I think they haven't identified her though. They think she's German, but they don't. From what I read, they don't know much else.
but they're gonna find her.
I mean, yeah.
And then there's gonna be a big lawsuit, and then she's gonna either lose a bunch of money or go to jail or something.
Yeah.
And
But although, like, I kind of get that, but like, it was a mistake.
I mean, it's an accident, but that's a big fuck up.
It is.
Kind of there needs to be some consequences.
No, I totally agree.
But I get what you're saying. Like, it's not like she went to there and like intentionally sabotaged a particular racer and like tackled them.
Yeah,
or something.
if she did that, that's different. But she was just trying to get on TV. But it's also like, what a fucking idiot.
I think to me the biggest thing is that she ruined this race for people that have dedicated years of their life to it. And that is the worst part, is that I mean, obviously she'll have some consequences, I'm sure, but that's not the biggest thing is that people commit their life to this. It's the biggest race of all time. And then you're going to selfishly try and get a few seconds of airtime and then fuck it all up.
Yeah,
even though it's an accident, it doesn't really matter.
I agree. Fans are people that are fans are sometimes some of the worst people, where it's like you're making it about yourself, trying to get on TV and like have your one little shining moment. Where because these people are on TV, the only reason you're on TV is because these people have worked their entire life for it, and you're just trying to be like, hey, like here's my sign, Grandma and Grandpa.
Yeah.
Also, Grandma and Grandpa, we're probably watching that, and we're like, God, I don't know.
I wonder how much this event will change the future of, I mean, I guess the Tour de France, but also just a lot of sports where you can like watch the races, like marathons and stuff. Because what was cool about them is that you can just walk right up and literally stand right next to them. But now there's probably going to be gates and fences and like restricted areas, which now it's just like she ruined it.
But all they had to do was just put up like a little fence, like a little metal fence that just stops people from getting past it. That's all they had to do. Like,
I know,
just put it like
my
5
point
feet
is that
from
like
the road.
they wouldn't have had to do that.
Oh yeah,
if someone wasn't an idiot, and now someone's in it.
But there's always an idiot.
I know, but it's like every rule that we have in society, it was some idiot did something stupid, so then we had to do like a course correction.
Yeah.
And if she didn't do that, we would have still been able to go there and stand right next without the fences.
Yeah. I would think her grandparents would be very disappointed. I mean,
Grammy and Grampy.
Let's say if it was me that did that, and I was like had a sign that was like, "Hey, John," or whatever. If you saw me doing
That'd
that,
be hysterical.
and I fled the country, would you turn me in?
Oh, if you came back here from France?
Yeah. And no one knew it was me. Would you turn me in?
No, but I think that they would find you.
Nah.
I think that they would.
Yeah, my face is out there.
Yeah, and what's really funny is the lady that did this, she's wearing this like bright yellow coat, and it literally looks like fucking Where's Waldo. Like she stands out so much in this video.
I wonder what happened to the sign. You
The
could get some
sign
fingerprints.
was firm, dude. That guy took a huge fall.
Yeah, dude,
from a cardboard sign. I thought he would have been able to
he hit her arm, I think, because she like basically like clotheslined him. Yeah, and dude, he got the shit run over. Like someone like ran over his head, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure there were like really serious injury. That also is part of it too. Is that
yeah?
I mean, I'm sure they have insurance and stuff, but like they're gonna want to go after her.
Yeah,
to pay for all that shit, for all the how it had to have been over 100 bikers, right? That fell? At least like 70.
Yeah, I don't know.
I saw like a photo from up above.
It was a lot.
So many.
Yeah. And lucky of the people that got in front and just like got to they might have paused the race actually. And I also saw that whoever won that leg of the race had like a bloody knee, and I think it may have been from falling. So they may have been in that pile, or it was a different pile later, because people just eat shit sometimes.
So if you were like, let's say like in 90% of the race fell or whatever, and you were one of the guys on the outside who didn't get hit, do they make you stop, or do you just get a huge advantage?
I don't know what they did. I heard that they paused it, but I don't know how you can just like pause.
Oh.
Make everyone stop where they are.
Yeah. Do you like watching cycling?
No. Why would I like that? I have watched
There's times when it's like kind of fun if it's near the end.
I've watched it, but no.
What about marathon running? Do you ever watch that?
I watched that in the Olympics, yeah. I mean, but when they show that, they're not really just showing that. They show it for a little bit, and then they show like some other events, and then like, let's check back in on the marathon. They're still running. All right, we're gonna go back.
Yeah, I mean, it is a pretty tedious event.
Yeah.
But I watched when the guy broke the world record like last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Like the sub 3 hour marathon or sub.
Might have been 2.
Sub 2 hour. Wait.
I don't know.
That seems insane. But whatever.
It's insane either way.
Yeah, whatever it was, I watched like the last 10 minutes of that race or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And when he won, He was just like chilling.
Yeah.
Like it just blows my mind that they do this insane feat and that they don't just like collapse on the ground. That he was just like good.
I mean, some of them do.
Yeah.
But he's also clearly the best in the world at it, so it seems like he's got more in the tank.
Yeah. Have you seen the videos of people on the massive treadmill that try to run at that pace? There's like
Wait, what?
There's this video that went viral on YouTube where this company built this like huge, like massive treadmill thing, and it was at some expo or like running convention or whatever, and you could wait in line and then go up there, but it's always at the pace of the world record marathon.
So you see how long you can stay on that pace?
Yeah, so people try and run, and people can't even go like 10 seconds at that pace, and they just eat shit.
Yeah.
And that guy ran like that for 26 miles.
I would love to try that. I wonder how fast that actually is. Like, I think I could hang at that pace for like 30 seconds. I think I could hang. I don't know. 30 seconds is kind of a lot.
I'm curious now. World record marathon time. Okay, his name is Eliud. Eliud
Kipchoge?
Kipchoge became the first man to ever break the 2-hour marathon barrier after 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 40 seconds. Okay, so now how do we find
I'll just look up the pace.
I can't find the specific one, but the same guy, Eliud Kipchoge, his 2-hour, 1 minute one, that pace was a 4:38 mile. Dude,
I can't run that. I don't think I could.
I did in the 30 Days of Hell in my video where I did a new thing every day. One of the days was to run a sub 6 minute mile.
Yeah, I've done that once in my life.
I literally barely did it. Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't think my legs could keep up, and I almost, like, passed out.
Yeah.
And
that's crazy.
That's 4:38? That is absolutely insane.
Yeah. I don't know.
Wait,
I think I can hang it. Yeah, like, I want to know what that is on a treadmill.
Now I want to know. Wait, what do you mean on the treadmill?
Like, what number that would be?
Well, the treadmill manufacturers are different, aren't they?
I don't know.
Okay, so the world record is 3:43. But that's like... This guy ran 26 miles, just a little bit. I mean, it's a bit slower than that.
It's a lot slower,
but not even a minute.
But that's a lot in track.
I mean, it's a lot. But my point is, like, it's
almost
not
like a lap.
lot.
It's almost like a lap ahead of him, because it's like another minute lap, basically.
Okay, that's fair.
But still, yes, it's ridiculous.
It's still absolutely insane.
Yes, people are crazy. And that's why the Olympics is the best, because it's all the most insane people in the world are together doing the most insane things.
Yeah. Wait, sorry, what day? I know I asked you before, but what day do the Olympics start?
Sometime in July. Later in July.
Okay. Well, anyways, guys, I think that's about it.
I think so. Hope you guys had a great 4th of July. This is coming out the day after, so...
we didn't dress up like we did last... Well, I don't... It's too hot to dress up.
No.
Yeah, we actually found... in my house, there's this, like, fake mustache thing, and Kyle was thinking about putting it on, but then you were like, it literally wouldn't even stay on.
Would not stay on.
Sweaty.
I also couldn't even get the little sticky thing off. I think it was so hot that it stuck to the like, little peely-off thing.
That's depressing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, guys, thank you so much for listening. We're going to go
sweat more.
We appreciate you guys. Hopefully your summer's been going good so far. New episodes every Monday and Thursday. Be sure to tell all your friends about the show. And Kyle, where can they follow you?
Kyle Stafford 36. Follow the podcast at PIMS Podcast, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.
You guys can follow me at Hey Narwhal on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube, where I do movie reviews for a ton of different movies that I'm watching through right now. And with that being said, see you guys next time. Bye.
Peace.